Welcome to episode 5 of Texas Senior Softball Podcast. My name is Cameron. I'm going to be your host today. Guys, let me tell you, I'm about to get into something that is going to be a touchy subject. I've already seen things happening that I personally think is wrong. I'm not going to call any teams out. That's not my goal here. My goal is to bring awareness, guys. I'm going to talk about the classification of teams. Not necessarily in GSA. Matt McGee does a pretty good job of controlling that. But at this point in USSSA, we got Winter Worlds coming up. There are teams registered. So you can go in there and look and see how teams are doing their registration and what they're going to do. But here's my thing, guys. Everybody complains and everybody screams and yells and argues and gets heated and really upset about sandbagging in the E, D, C, B divisions. Guys, this is no different. When you classify your team in USSSA and you classify your team below what it should be, you're sandbagging. And why are we going to bring this to the seniors game? I understand that every team's looking for that edge against somebody. Every team's looking for that way to be the best team in that division. But guys, I don't want to see that here. I don't want to see that in the seniors division. I want to see the guys coming on here and doing things the way they should do it, making teams classified ranking what they should be classified. I don't want to see teams coming in here with a majors team and classifying themselves as a AA team. I don't want to see teams coming in here with a conference team and classifying themselves as AA or AAA teams. You're just going to drive what we've already built here in the Texas, North Texas area especially. You're going to drive those teams away from the game. Because if they go out there every weekend, every month, and they go 0-2 because they're playing teams that are supposed to be somewhat ranked whether they are to begin a tournament, and then they get beat by that team and not even close of a game, and then they got to go and start playing the majors teams that are getting beat right off the bat because they're knocking each other in and out of brackets, and they get knocked down to the lower bracket and they lose the second game, and then lo and behold, here they come playing another majors team and they lose the third game. Guys, they ain't going to come back. These teams will dissolve. Why are we wasting our money? Why are we going out there just to play teams that are sandbagging? Now, granted, at this point, every team plays everybody because we don't have enough people. Let me tell you, if my team goes out there and we have to play a team that has beat us in the past in other sanctioned tournaments and we have to spot runs, we're not going to be happy about it. And I see that already happening in U-Trip. I see teams that are already misclassified. Teams that should be on the cusp of being AAA and majors classifying themselves as a lower level team. And like I said, I ain't here to call anybody out yet. But as this thing gets going, guys, and teams start doing this, we are going, or not we, and I may make some enemies with this, but I will call you out. I don't think it's right. Senior ball, one, yes, is competitive. People want to win, but it's also fun. And we start seeing that in the USSSA division, guys, it's not going to be fun anymore. Once the fun comes out of the game, people are going to quit playing U-Trip. Matt McGee controls it pretty well up here up north. But you go down south, I know every tournament the past 2 years down south, there's been complaints about teams being classified as AAAs when they should be majors. Because really, guys, there's only 3 classifications in GSA. Majors, AAA, majors, and major plus. There's what, 3, 4 major plus teams last year? Maybe 5. But when you go down there and you're a AAA team, and you're having to play the AAA bracket, and you're playing the team that should be majors, it takes the fun out of it. When you go up and play that majors team and they have to spot you 5 runs, dude, that is a true equalizer. The only catch I have is them taking the home runs and not making them even. we'll see how that works out in the future. But in U-Trip, guys, if you're playing the NITs, from what the rules say right now, that AA team that should be at majors is going to get 2 buffet innings in the NITs, not local tournaments, NITs. I don't necessarily agree with that 2 buffet innings, but I know I sure don't want to play a team that should be classified up and give them 2 buffet innings. Dude, you can't beat them. Classify your teams right. Classify your teams to what they need to be. Now, this isn't all on the players. This isn't all on the managers either. People running these tournaments need to look at the classifications of teams and say, no, we're not going to allow this. You need to play up. It shouldn't have to be brought up to the national director. Nobody should have to send an email to Jeff Hall and say, hey, look at this team's roster. They're playing as this level team. They should be this level. The state directors, the people throwing these tournaments, should get on the computers when they're running a senior tournament and look at these rosters and say, no, you're not playing AA. You're playing AAA. Or no, you're not playing AA. You're playing majors. Guys, there's 4 levels in U-Trip. AA, AAA, majors, and conference. There's not going to be a whole lot of conference teams. Not off the start. I have a feeling there'll be some teams bumped to conference. Some of these teams being built here in the North Texas area are pretty dang strong. And I've enjoyed playing against them. They are good. They are a majors team. There are teams that are on the AAA level that they're on that borderline of being AAA majors. Can compete in AAA and do really well and probably win most of the tournaments, but really should be majors. But that's an iffy situation that's going to be where the tournament directors have to step up and do it. Tournament directors and GSA have to step up and make these teams play where they belong. So far, up north, Matt McGee has done that. He has stepped up and said, no, you're not playing that level, you're playing here. We're not going to let you play down. And I appreciate that. Past couple years down south, I haven't seen that. We've mentioned it. Oh, no, they're AAA. Well, they played majors last year. Oh, they're a AAA team. Not knock on those guys because that was the only place to play. And they run good tournaments. Just that this has always been an issue. It always will be an issue, especially in regular ball. I don't want it to be an issue in seniors. I want seniors to run the way it should. We're full-grown men. We're too old for the tit and tat. We're too old to say, oh, well, they're doing it, I'm going to do it. But guys, come on, man. It's childish. Put your team where they belong, and let's go out and have a good time. If you put your team as a majors and you go out there and you get spanked every tournament, guess what, guys? Say, hey, Halsey or Hutch. Guys, we've played at the major level and we have been spanked every tournament, every game. Please reclassify us to AAA. I'm sure they'll look at that and they'll do it. Now, if you have a majors roster, I mean, guys, if you've got a team full of D and C players, they're not going to drop you to AA, maybe AAA. If you got a team full of B and C players, you're going to be conference. I mean, a team full of B players or a team full of conference players, you're going to have to play conference in U-Trip. So, guys, let's get these teams classified right. Don't make it be an issue when we go out and play. If you've already classified your teams and you've classified them wrong and you know it's wrong, go back and reclassify it. I mean, it's just going in there and changing it. You know that. Let's try to get it done. Let's try to be right. Let's try to be fair about it, guys. Let's not have arguments when we get out into the field to play tournaments. Let's not have people dropping money to protest a team because they're classified wrong with the rosters. I know in U-Trip it's difficult because nobody's classified. Guys, I'll tell you right now, you play SSUSA, you're majors. First year, out of the box. Doesn't matter what you have on your team. They even tell you, we're going to put you at AAA. They don't. Every team 40 and over, masters, goes to majors when they first get started. And then you get dropped if you're that bad of a team. My team got dropped. We went to Worlds out in Vegas, had a great time. We went 0-5. and had one close game. And guess what, guys? That was against the Texas team. Everybody else smashed us. It was a rude awakening for the team I played for. I expected it. I knew what we was walking into. But, guys, classify your teams. If you're a majors team, classify yourself as majors. If you're AAA, class yourself as AAA. There shouldn't be that many AA teams out there. And I've seen quite a bit getting done. Now, for Winter Worlds, as of today, as of this morning, we've got 16 teams in the 40s and 2 in the 50s. Guys, I'm looking forward to going out there and playing. I'm hoping y'all go in there and classify your teams right, because there's still a lot of teams that have to be classified to get in this tournament. Please classify your teams right. Let's have fun. Let's not make this a sandbagging association. Now, let's not make USSSA sandbagging. Let's play it the way it needs to be played. That's all I ask. Guys, I don't like coming on here and ranting and raving about stuff like this. I want to be informational. I am going to have a live podcast with Matt McGee once Winter Worlds is over. We're going to go over the February the 8th tournament rules. That's a 250. He's going to explain how he's going to work it. Then we'll cover the rules for the February 29th tournament coming up after that. And we'll cover some more stuff with him. I'll get into classifying teams and players if he's going to classify players. But, guys, let's have fun. Let's enjoy the game. And let's not have issues with classifications. Let's get it done right. If there's questions, call a tournament director. Call Hutch. Email Halsey. Say, hey, how should we classify our teams? He'll respond to you guys. I promise you. Every time I've emailed him or sent a text to him, he's responded right off the bat and was honest and upfront with me. So he's trying to get this thing up and running right. It's going to take a year or so to get it all going. It's new. The classifications are going to have to get set with players. First year, once you classify your team that way, your team's classified that way. So the players will be classified that way as well, and it'll show up that way. Like right now, I'm a D player. I'm a C player in USSSA. Here's the catch, guys. I've never played a C tournament in 10 years. But the team I was on created a Majors 40s team, created a roster in a C bracket as a C team, and I'm on that roster. So UTRIP classifies me as C, even though that team's never played a USSSA C tournament. The 40 and over team did, but not the C team. So I'm still classified as C. I could protest it. I could probably win that protest or ask for reclassification and file the proper paperwork. But, guys, I don't play that level. Now, the catch is it may bite us in the butt in seniors, because if they're going to use that as classification, then I may have to go ahead and go and protest it and ask to be reclassified. Or just bite the bullet and play where I'm playing. So, guys, let's try to get this right. Let's try to make it fun. Let's try not to have sandbagging in senior ball. That's all. I will announce when we're going to do that live feed with Matt McGee. I will try to get a video out on the rules for Winter Worlds, the ball we're using, and classification, how they're going to do it. And I may even come back with another one with the bracket. 16 teams so far. It's a pretty good tournament, guys. It's going to be fun. Hopefully the weather's good. I think right now they're saying somewhere in the 50s. That should be perfect weather for it. But see y'all then. Until the next episode, guys. Thank you for listening. Enjoy it. Bye.